knowing what they are been telling. Even now I remember having read in a leading Malayalam paper telling that some group in Kannur protesting against an express highway, telling that this will be generating, this is the width of that road, the extent is about 300-400 meters. So they have calculated this much of tar will generate that heat. They have scientifically calculated the heat generated from the tar and telling that it is this is against the environment. Imagine that is being given in a leading Malayalam paper, the most leading Malayalam paper, giving highlights to such nonsenses. This is why we are not progressing. Such a silly thing, without knowing the benefits of it, or knowingly hiding the benefits of it. So how can we improve unless we have a good road, good infrastructure? The health tourism in Kerala, of course, we have been talking about health tourism because my field is that, medical side. So health tourism, how can we improve the health tourism? We should provide good conveyance facilities, first of all. And the Calicut, unfortunately, is not at all connected by domestic air, except Bombay. No other connection. And the Bangalore is also they are weaning off. This is the scenario in Calicut. How can anyone from abroad come here for treatment? Now the Cochin is the only little bit of hope. They are improving slowly. So the initiation has to take from all the entrepreneurs, the government of course, and supported by the public. And public should be educated about the need of all this infrastructure. We don't have good drinking water, don't have drainage facilities, no sewerage facility, nothing. And no uninterrupted power supply. These things has to come. Then we will improve. So on the whole, improvement has to be there from the top. The thrust has to come from the top. With the support of the public, we can improve, definitely we can improve. Because we have the manpower, we have everything else. The wisdom, the vision, everything is there, but people will be talking within this few gathering or circle or inside the house, but they don't come out. And to the message to the youth, of course, I don't know, they should be hardworking. All this, they should not be entering into dirty politics, but of course politics is required, not to that level that you can throw stones on everyone. But they should have some discipline as well as do their homework well and feel that they are part of the nation. Then they can improve.
The assembly is teaching us this type of lessons, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Very unfortunate.
Question, please. Hope you remember me. I'm Naushad.
I know.
Because I've started seeing you from 1987 onwards.
Yes.
With a pharmaceutical company. I've seen you throughout till I think 93. And when you came over to the new BMH now, I have seen it's not on my merit, not on my merit, but on his grace. That board I have seen. That has attracted me, and I have told many people the way you have put it and the credit you have given to him. And my question is, when you came there, also a lot of senior doctors were there. See, at the time, Roy Chali sir joined you, Mani sir joined you. I think Dr. Vijayan are also there with you. So comparatively, senior doctors than you. So what was the chemistry? Because I know that many of the doctors are still with you, taking you throughout. From the day one. So what was the chemistry between you and that? How could manage that senior doctors?
No, I see. I am very open-hearted. I have all, transparency in my dealings. There is no ambiguity in my dealings. So I don't give any room for such things. Probably that's the reason they are all happy. And we have a very open mind talk. give me very valuable advice in whenever it is required. And my suggestions and thoughts, they also take it very seriously. I don't know, any other chemistry is there behind.
Doctor, why is it that many high-tech hospitals are coming up in Perinthalmanne and many doctors are staying in Calicut or going there and all?
You see, Perinthalmanna, that's what it has become a health hub. So every place it's like that. See, in Calicut also can become a health hub like that. More and more hospitals should come here. People should not be going to any other place like Coimbatore or Bangalore or Mangalore. Earlier that was the scenario. When I started the hospital in 87, people used to go to Manipal. That was the main center, especially north of Kerala. Everyone used to go to Manipal even for a small silly thing. Now no one goes to Manipal hospital. Because it was all fed, Manipal was flourishing only because of the Malayali population going from here, patients going from here. Now that scenario has totally changed because Calicut itself is having lot of hospitals and even periphery, even in Vadagara or Talasheri, lot of hospitals are there. Manipal people can come. So once you start, the more hospitals are there, then people will think that if you go to that city or that place, you get either this or that. Any other hospitals we can go. So Perinthalmanna fortunately has become a health hub in that area because a lot of population is there in Malappuram district, and the people, even I am told that all the hospitals are full. You don't get a room there.
Even I think the distance by air.
Yeah, from Malappuram is also very good. Yeah. I don't think any foreign tourists are coming there for treatment, but it's a local population.
Doctor, we find the industrial climate is not suitable in Kerala because for the known reasons. How do you compare this with your industry, the health sector, that is coming up in a good manner, but there are no problems seen at the human resources side?
See, it's not that true. Earlier, the scenario has been totally changed now. Much change is there. Earlier, the labor unrest was very, very rampant in Kerala. People were very afraid to start new ventures. But now it is not that because they are also, management is also labor friendly and the laborers are also management friendly. They are coming to that because they are all well paid now. There is no much of labor unrest, especially in the hospital. But I have not faced anything so far, touch wood. It won't come because the thing is that now most of see what we face, it's a very, very, I think nobody asked what are my challenges in this. Because the main challenge what I face is the turnover of the manpower, especially the nurses, the qualified nurses and the junior doctors. At least every month about 30 nurses will be going and 30 or 40 will be coming in as new. So when that scenario is there, then nobody is going to have a union or anything there because they are not interested. They want to go out as early as possible, get some training and experience from the hospital and go abroad or go to other major cosmopolitan cities. That's how they come here. So that sort of unrest, I don't think it is going to happen in Kerala in the future at all. So we can definitely start new ventures in Kerala. But the support from the public or the nuisance from the public might go up, especially in a hospital scenario. That's it. And many of the litigations about the consumer court, most of 80%, there's a study says 80% of the consumer cases are due to the communication problem between the patient and the doctor and the patient, you can say. Once that is taken care, then I can even. I hardly face any such situation. Very one or two cases here and there. That's all.
Doctor, I have a question for you. Good evening. It is indeed a pleasure listening to you.
Thank you.
I wanted to know what is your actual vision for the future, whether you're talking about not only in terms of Baby Memorial Hospital, but in terms of the hospital industry itself. What is your future? What is the vision that you have of the future?
Vision in general about the health sector. See, as and I told you, even Perinalmanna is full jam. In Calicut, we don't have a room in any of the hospitals, etc. We need more and more bed strength. In Cochin, at least 5,000 beds are required now at present, and maybe in for the next 2-3 years time. Calicut also like that. Another 1,000 or 2,000 beds is of great help to Calicut. So that is what is required, and good infrastructure, good facilities, world-class facilities which can be given to the patients at affordable cost. That should be the vision of every entrepreneur. Because things are available now. Anything you name, you can import and get it done here, and all the agents are there, all the experts are there to take care of it, and our doctors are also well trained in handling all those things. So once somebody can invest, then definitely you can make use of the best facilities, and you charge the rich little more and give that benefit to the poor. That should be the policy. So give the best thing to the public by getting all those infrastructure, and get that benefit to be shared by the poor people.
We all realize that you are a businessman, maybe more than a doctor. In between your study, you completed a big target in Calicut, and you bargained for it, nuts and bolts, and you made it a grand success. So I'm seeing in you a big businessman. My question is related to that. You are talking that you have doctors from 1987 till working with you. Will you be able to share with us as much as possible? I don't want you to disclose all the secrets, but still, as much as possible, will you be able to share with us the business model that you implemented in your organization, so that all the doctors, senior doctors, stick with you for the long period? And also, I would like to know, you said it is a public limited company. Is there any shares still there, or it is closed one? Anybody can buy any more share at present? Thank you.
Regarding the doctors, the business model with that's again, as somebody asked, what is the chemistry between? So you see, most of the senior consultants are not on the payroll. They are given the freedom to charge their fees. We collect the fees and give it to them, and depending on their fee, or we have certain understanding what should be the maximum what they can charge. Or if they charge little over, then definitely we will interfere, and we will tell them that this patient needs little concession or whatever it is. We give them concession. They are very happy to give that also. So accordingly, depending on the time taken for a surgery, you can say, then that is the criteria what we charge in the hospital side. So they are also happy. They earn more. I mean, they work more, they earn more. They are not on the payroll. But maybe the middle-level consultants are on payroll, then on certain other extra benefits according to their workload and other things, depending on that. Then regarding the share, it is still open to the public. Not in very small this thing. If somebody wants to, because we are going to dilute another 10% of shares. This is now a closely held public limited company, because 98% is with me, in the sense with maybe 90 or 88% is within my wife, my daughter, my mother and wife, and the rest of it is within our own family members and very close associates. So we are going to dilute another 10% to create some liquidity, so that we can start the Cochin one. That's the immediate plan.
Last question. Thank you. Sir, I want to get your view on the healthcare industry's